Yo. Oh my god, I'm checking on my Apple. What's up, everyone? Thought I'd do a live Q&A. So hit me up with any questions you guys got. Singing, lessons, R&B, pop. Let me know any questions lingering in your mind. If I can get this camera steady. Come on. Alright. I'm just in sunny Sydney. Nice and warm. On my break from work. Let me know any questions you guys got about singing. Maybe I can give you some answers. I haven't made that many videos in the last couple of days because I was actually really busy creating courses. So I've created a bunch of courses and yeah, all kinds of things related to singing and guitar, piano, dancing, all the things that I'm really interested in that I feel like I can make a valuable education in. So I made a few of those and I think they're really good and they're really going to help you if you're interested in learning guitar or singing, piano, so that you can back up your voice with it. Yeah. Hey guys. Hey Greg. Hey Chris. Yeah, so I think it's quite unique the way my courses are, so I think it'll be really helpful. Chris, how long do you practice every day? Well, my practice in the morning, this is how it is. I get up and as I'm walking to work, I usually do practice for about 15-20 minutes. That practice is lately, it's been mostly falsetto and blending between my chest to falsetto. So I practice like going from low to high in falsetto using songs. Like I got a list of songs that I use. So I go from low to high. And then I practice going from slow to fast on the same phrase. So I'll be like, please, please don't go, please don't go, please don't go. So I might practice that, but over and over and over. So I did it today, this morning, but I'll practice it slow and low, and then I'll gradually get higher. So that'll be about 15-20 minutes of that. So I'll probably do like 3 or 4 phrases. It's usually got runs and vibrato in it, so I'm training my runs and vibrato at the same time. And then in the evening, I might do another 10 or 20 minutes on a song, where I'll slow the whole song down and I'll work on the whole song, like all the phrases in my normal voice, like my voice now, sort of my louder voice. You told me you would take me out the other night, like just to get my volume and train on my vibrato, my runs and my general range and all that. I'll do that later in the afternoon. So about half an hour a day, man. Average about half an hour a day. About 5 times a week. Yeah. And then sometimes I'll just be jamming in the car. Like I'll put a song on, jam in the car, but that's not really practice because I don't like sing a whole song through necessarily. Hope that answers you, Chris. Hey, where'd the comments go? Oh, they changed it. Cool. All right. Darren says, how long does it take until the overall tone and feel of your voice gets a lot better? Do you mean, Darren, do you mean till you sound professional? Is that what you mean? Because to me, it's like you're a beginner, you're intermediate, or you're professional sounding. No worries, Chris. I hope that answers you, man. Yeah. It depends what you mean by a lot better. Usually beginners ask this kind of question because they want to know how long till they sound really different. Well, when you're doing lessons and then when you go practice what you've learned in lessons, you actually sound better every single lesson and every time you practice. But it's only really small. It's really small. So to sound a lot better, like to go from beginner to intermediate, or like intermediate to professional, that takes like around at least 5 to 10 to 20 hours of work. Okay, so let's say you do a half hour a day for 5 days a week. That's like about 2 months till you're like, oh wow, my voice sounds a bit different. It sounds a bit different, but a lot different. You're looking at half a year to a year to sound a lot different. You will sound a lot different. Most of my students in 2-3 months, they sound different, but they don't go from beginner to professional. You know what I mean? They might go from intermediate to in between intermediate professional in like 2 or 3 months. You know what I mean? But one of my longest running students, who's done like 20 hours with me and probably practiced 20 hours by himself. So he's done around 50 hours. He sounds a lot different. So I wish I used to record my lessons from the beginning, but I didn't. But right now I'm recording my lessons, and even just in like 2-3 months, he's seen the progress in just his runs and his overall singing. So like in his vibrato. So when he sings a song from the beginning to the chorus or whatever, it just sounds like, wow, like it sounds so nice now. Whereas before, I'd have to stop. I wouldn't stop him, like I'd let him sing the song, but then I have to critique him and make him work on all these little things that a beginner would have to work on. Whereas after half a year of like 50 hours of learning, of practicing and mixed with lessons, it sounds so different that I would call him like intermediate to advanced. You get what I mean? Hope that answers you, man. So you're looking at a few months to years. Okay, bro? All right. Greg, I have a question. What did you learn from Carl during your lesson thingy? Carl, what I wanted to learn from him was how to use my falsetto and to see if I have a head voice and how to use it. So I showed him some Brian McKnight clips, and I showed him how I sound and my different sounds, and I just went through the sounds, and he goes, yeah, that one, yeah, maybe that one, and yeah, maybe work on that one more. But then we moved on to this other thing with chest. Now, I didn't like that because I wasn't wanting to learn about my chest voice. I feel like I'm making good progress with my chest voice. But if I look at the positive of it, the thing I took from it was he helped me see that sometimes I sing really softish, and he helped me see that he calls it compression or whatever, but I just thought it's like volume. So he helped me see that when I raise my volume a certain way, it sounds more like how the singer was sounding. That was it. So that's what I learned. He just helped me figure out that, oh, sometimes I'm singing like this when I could be singing like this instead. That sort of thing. You get me, Greg? You get me, Greg? All right. That was probably the best thing he taught. He went to go into like the sounds, like the gees and the goos and the... I don't think I need that to learn what he was trying to show me with chest voice, but you know, every teacher's got their way of trying to get something through. But yeah, he tried, but I really wanted help with the head voice stuff, falsetto stuff. That's really what I wanted most help with, because that's my biggest weakness, I feel. Chris Jenkins says, straight up, man, I think your method of singing with the singers and practice phrases over and over is the only way to do it. There's a bunch of confusing stuff on YouTube and your methods work for me. Great, Chris. Love it, man. Send me put some videos up. Even if they're private, I'd love to see your progress, man. It makes me happy to see that kind of stuff. Official says, what's your advice for people who want to move while singing? It's really hard to maintain the right breath support while moving and focusing on hitting the right notes. What kind of movement? Like dancing? Or just like standing on a stage or something? And like moving back, walking back and forth? I would suggest that can you kill it completely still? Work on killing it completely still, and then work on doing some movement, dancing. Okay, so work on singing. Can you do it? Can you kill it while you're still first? Official. And official? What's official? No, R2 official Vivo. Yeah. Can you kill it while you're still, and then move on to dancing, but maybe do it like less intense, the dancing, and then you could do it, so when you're dancing, instead of going full out in the movement, do it like when you're marking dancing. You're doing it light, and then sing with that and see where the weak spots are, and then go harder, go a bit harder, and then get to like your full dancing and sing. Record yourself, see what you sound like, see where the weak spots are, and then try to work on just those weak spots with that part of the dance that's hard. All right, hope that helps. I know, because I do salsa, and sometimes I sing while I'm salsa dancing, like Maria Maria, for example. And sometimes at karaoke, it'll get all crazy, and it'll be a mad night, and we'll be dancing while we're singing, and like be kind of like a dance party. And I'll be singing Maria Maria with one hand, with the mic, and actually like dancing salsa with someone. And yeah, you gotta practice, just get used to it, keep doing it. Maria Maria is like a medium tempo song, so like maybe slow the tempo of the song you're trying to train. All right, hope that helps. Did you find your head voice? Greg says. I don't know, man. Like, I can't tell if the artists that I'm listening to are doing head voice or falsetto. The difference is, it's difficult to tell clearly. For example, I've got this voice, which I think is head. I go, ooh, 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 please, ooh. Like that voice, I think that's head. And then I got like the breathier one, where when I get lower, it becomes more breathy. Oh, I can do breathy up the top. So that's more breathy. Watch, I'll go like non-breathy to breathy. Breathy to non-breathy. It's a bit, I'm still working on it, so what I'm doing is just trying to copy the phrases as close as I can, and trying to like minimize breathiness by changing my placement slightly, so it's like feels like more coming out of my, like moving in just to feel it, like I feel it in different areas. So I've been working on that, trying to sound more like the artists. And sometimes my voice feels like on point, like it sounds really beautiful. And yeah, it is getting better. The pitch of my falsetto / head voice, whichever it is getting better. So I feel like I'm making good progress there. But yeah, I'd like if a teacher could show me the clear difference and show me how to get the exact kind of sound that the artists are getting, if that's even possible, because I know the artists I listen to, even they differ in how they sound from each other. So some artists sounds like it's a falsetto, and some artists sounds like it's a head voice kind of a sound. So I'm curious to find a teacher that can actually tell me those differences. All right. Price Harris says, should breathing be the main focus of overall? Sorry, I'm new to all this. No. Breathing is not the focus. Hitting notes is the focus. Getting the notes accurate, because the only difference between speaking and singing is hitting notes. So when you speak, you breathe, but you don't think about how you breathe for speaking that much, do you? You just like take a breath between like you're speaking, that's it. But when you sing, same thing. You just need to focus on the note you're trying to hit. I don't need to think about the breathing unless I'm trying to hold a really long note. Then I might go or something like that, right? So you don't need to think about the breathing, you need to think about getting the note right. Most people's mistake is not getting the note right. It's not breathing. You just can't get the note right. They might go a bit off, right? So that's the most common problem. When I teach people, I don't teach breathing until we're doing like a particular phrase in a song where I feel like they're not taking in enough air or something like that. So I might just tell them, just take in a bit more air for that phrase so you can hold it all the way to the end. And that's it. That's it. It's just like saying take a big breath before you dip underwater and like try to hold your breath underwater. It's the same kind of thing. You're going to do something longer, you need to take a longer breath. That's all. It's all about matching notes. That's what singing good is all about, matching notes accurately. Talking Shiv says, when I yodel, my voice got weak and bad and awkward, but I can do that. How to solve it? I don't understand the question, Talking Shiv. When you yodel, your voice gets weak and bad and awkward, but you can do that. How do you solve it? So how do you yodel better? I don't know. I don't yodel. So, sorry. I can't really answer about yodeling. I would probably look up yodelers and see what they do. Just holding this apple for ages. Got so excited talking to you guys. I would look up yodelers and try to match them as close as you can. If they're too high, start lower. And start slower and try to match the thing that they're doing. Okay? Keep trying to match them until you get closer and closer. Price says, how long would you recommend practicing? I wasn't here if you already answered the question. About 5 to 30 minutes a day, depending how beginner you are. Alright? 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes is good. But you don't need to practice that long. Everyone can practice a different amount. The more you practice, the better you get. But if you practice too much, your voice will get too tired and then it will suck. So don't be like practicing 4 hours. Just voice, you know what I mean? Half an hour of technical stuff, but you got to know what to practice. That's the hardest part, Price. So get lessons so you know what to practice, man. Okay? Greg says, I totally bombed singing at karaoke the other night. My voice was just really tired. The ending part was the best, so I uploaded the mind critiquing. Yeah. Can you email it to me? rachedh@hotmail.com, rachedh@hotmail.com. Email me the link and I'll have a look, Greg. I hate it when you suck at karaoke, eh? Sometimes you suck because your voice is just tired, eh? Especially when you're at karaoke and it's loud and you're like talking to everyone really loud, and then, or you've been singing like driving there. Sometimes I used to sing hard out in the car driving there. I get to karaoke, my voice is tired. Yeah, rachedh@hotmail.com. So just add the H on, bro. Chris says, what do you think of other YouTube coaches like You Can Sing Anything? I like Tristan. I like his ideas. I like how he calls out the bullshit stuff. He's very smart with that. And I like how he's just like he seems very real and transparent. I like that. And he likes to talk a lot, and I like talking a lot, and I like listening to people who talk a lot. I like opinions. So I do enjoy watching. Sometimes I'm really impressed with some of the vocal stuff he can do. And sometimes I feel like he's not like fully on the right track because he's focusing so much on copying like the sound that artists make. But I think he's got his own sound, and he needs to just learn how to use that, like, and do notes in that sound instead of maybe. I'm just commenting on the live streams I've seen recently. Sometimes it sounds like he's trying to copy Bieber too much, and then changing his placements because he's really good with knowing all the names for like the claw and the point and all that kind of stuff. But I think he gets caught up a bit too much in that and not enough on just matching notes within his natural kind of speaking kind of sound that he has. Because it's really beautiful, his sound. It's got that deep, sometimes he's got like a deep sound, and then he's got like these real nice highs. So I think he needs to just learn how to match it with his more natural sound instead of the sounds that he probably got taught in his old systems, and he's getting caught up in those kind of imitation-y kind of sounds. But yeah, other coaches, I like watching other coaches that talk. Like I like watching what's his name, Carl, the guy I had a lesson with. Just find it interesting what he has to say. I don't agree with like everything he says, but I just find it interesting how people look at things, and sometimes it makes you look at yourself differently when you see how other people look at things. Yeah, but obviously I do agree with a lot of things he says, but maybe I wouldn't train it the same way he trains it. Yeah, and some other coaches bore me, like when they try to teach, they get straight into like the exercise and stuff, and I can't stand that. And I like when people have opinions, I guess. So I like listening to that kind of stuff. The chatty kind of teachers. But yeah, I don't listen to the big teachers. I don't really listen to the famous kind of teachers at all. R2 Official says, sometimes when I sing, I'll get caught in this rap singing type of singing, if you know what I mean. It's not really singing, but I guess it's comfortable. I find myself doing it when I could be CLDB. I don't get it. Rap singing. Well, rap has different kind of pitch. Rap sounds more like talking pitch, whereas singing is more held pitches. So it's not really rap singing. If you mean singing but on fast melodies, that's different. Like Craig David, for example, on my way to see my friends. Like that's not rap singing, that's singing fast melodies. Rapping is if you go on my way to see my friends, to see live a couple of blocks away, blah, blah, blah. Like that's rapping. It's where it sounds like talking. So rap singing, sometimes rappers do a little bit of a melody in the middle of the raps, part of the raps. Is that what you mean? Can I type it? No, I can't type it because I'm on my phone, Greg. Oh, can I type here? No, I don't want to now. Anyway, it's rachedh@hotmail.com. Just check my website. It's on there, rnbsinglessons.com. Get to the bottom and it's there. Official. R2 Official says, singing higher, it's just so much strain. I guess I need to open my throat, right? No, not the throat. Nothing like that. That could be the problem. I feel I have singing voice with me, but it's being held down and not freely coming out. This freedom stuff is so bad, man. All these teachers talk about freedom. It's like you just got to change a click and then suddenly you can sing higher. It doesn't work like that. You got to build the range up really slow. If you could just change a click and you would sing higher, you'd see plenty of transformations on YouTube of people going from a middle C to a high C. But you don't see it because that's not true. It doesn't work like that. And all the singing coaches, they don't have before afters of themselves, of what they sounded like when their range was limited back in the day. That's because their range probably took a long time to increase. It takes ages to increase it. I've been going for years just to get to touching a high C, what I'm doing now. So, like, training range is all about, it's like bodybuilding. You can't do push-ups and get a big chest in a couple weeks. It's gonna take like a year or two for your chest to get a lot bigger. A year or two of strategic practicing with push-ups. Same thing with singing. It's gonna take a year or two for your range to go up a couple notes. You need a strategy. When you do weightlifting, you got a strategy. You might do like 5 kilos bench press, really light, right? For 2 weeks, and then the next 2 weeks you do 7.5 kilos. Keep working. 2 years later, you're up to like 70 kilo bench press or something for 10 reps. That's the way range works. So you might work on your middle C and you get stronger at your middle C, get better at your middle C, and then you move up to a C sharp. After a few weeks, you get stronger at that. Move up to a D. After a few weeks, you get stronger at that. Get my range course from my website, and that'll teach you range. And I talk about all this stuff in there, okay? It's slow and gradual. There's no open freedom, blah, blah. It takes ages. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of strategy. Don't fall for the trick. This stuff takes a long time to learn and a lot of practice. You can get better, but it doesn't happen just by thinking or modifying something slightly. Bugs says, when I eat healthier, my voice improves tenfold like it's crazy. You experienced anything like this before? Yes, definitely. Get less phlegm when you eat healthier. Much less phlegm. So I'm vegan, so when I became vegan 5 years ago, I stopped eating cheese and dairy, like milk products, and my phlegm went down so much. So definitely you feel different. And I used to get a lot of pain here, like these would get inflamed, the lymph nodes, when I used to eat really bad foods, like fatty foods that were high in sugar as well, like cakes and stuff like that. I still do it sometimes, but the vegan versions are less inflammatory because they don't have dairy. They've got like cocoa butter instead, or nuts and stuff like that. Definitely, bro, eating healthier definitely makes your voice feel better. I'm loving all the questions, guys. Thank you. Price says, does pitch affect your tone when singing? Yes. The more accurate your pitch is, the nicer your tone sounds. I notice as I sing higher, my tone is better, but I cannot hold notes. When I sing lower, my tone sounds stuffy and weird. Yeah, you have to learn how to train your whole range from the bottom to the top. Come do lessons, I'll show you how, okay? And get my range course, it'll help you with that too. And my pitch and key course. My pitch and key course will be really good for that. All right. Justin says, Rached H at Hotmail. Yeah. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, it's to Greg. Thanks, Greg. I'll check it out later. And I'll get back to you, bro. Justin is answering a question. He says to Official Vivo, opening the throat would make it even harder to sing higher. It would be even heavier. Yeah. Watch. I'm not even, that's chest, right? I'm not opening nothing. Doesn't do anything. Just changes the way the vowel kind of sounds, I guess. But it doesn't help me sing higher. Even with a closed mouth. Alright, I'll stop singing that high note. I'm getting tired of it. You get what I mean? Like openings, I had to train to get my voice to go that high. You know, one note at a time. I didn't get that high just by closing my mouth or something. No, like I had to train to get there, like the weights analogy. Listen back to the video if you missed it. Greg says, opening the throat just means singing in a way that isn't constricted. Guys, I don't know what you mean by that, Greg. I don't know what you mean. You might have to clarify for me. This constriction stuff, I don't know, it doesn't really vibe with me. I don't see how it works in practicality. Like, do you mean I'm opening my throat regardless of what my mouth shape is doing, Greg? I don't know. Maybe I'm doing stuff in there that I'm not describing properly with my words. But all I know is that if you train the sound from lower, you'll learn how to create the sound that you want higher. Gradually, very gradually, like over a year or something. That's what I mean by, if you work on the training and listen to the sound that you're trying to copy by listening to the artist that you're trying to copy and modifying the pitch and that kind of stuff and the speed, you're focusing more on the sound and then naturally you can copy it. It's kind of like imitation. If I tell you to imitate someone, you don't need to be told open your throat, lift your soft palate, drop your larynx to imitate them. You just sort of intuitively try to imitate. It's like that kind of thing. But when there's someone speaks so fast, it might be hard to imitate them. But if someone slowed down their accent for you or something, you might be able to imitate them faster. So that's all I'm doing. I'm slowing down, changing pitch or whatever because things are too high, changing pitch or whatever to imitate. You know what I mean? Raul says, do you have certain times too that you're able to give a lesson? Since I'm from the US and times are different than where you're, yeah, nearly all my students are from US, bro, Raul. So you just email me, read my website. It gives you all the details about this stuff, go to the lessons kind of stuff, and it tells you. When you email me for lessons, I give you my times, and then you pick a time from those times, and we match up, okay? I've got a couple different times throughout the day, so our times, you're sure to find one that will match up with like a decent hour. Either your morning, your midday, or your evening. We'll figure it out. Email me. rmbsinglessons.com. Alright. Price says, you talked about changing range. Would you recommend trills or are they a waste of time? Changing range or training range? Price. Yes, I highly recommend training runs. Me, when I trained runs, it made my ear so much better. It made my voice so much better because I had to like end my memorization so much better because you have to memorize a lot of notes. You have to match notes really accurately or they sound crap, and you have to change notes really accurately, the delineation, or it doesn't sound good. And then that skill crossed over to my singing. It crosses over to my singing. So when I sing normally, I heard that you settled down and you, like now I'm way clearer when I'm singing. My delineation, everything's way better because runs really help me with that. But it's the way that I trained runs, trills, runs. I like calling it runs. So come get some lessons and I'll show you how I train them so that you can get better. But you don't need to train trills. You can just train the song itself, the lyrics stuff itself. And then you can get the trills later. Justin says, in reply to official Viva, when people say something like open the throat, you might imply using a soft palate as you go higher So you open a lot and it will sound heavy. Yeah, okay. Justin, like in operatic form. Yeah, okay. Price says, are allergies a major problem when it comes to singing? I have allergies and wonder if that has any effect on my voice. Well, can you speak? If you can use your speaking voice, you can learn to train it to sing. So if you can just speak like this, you can learn to go within your comfortable range. So let's say I sing something here, maybe, I like the way you work it, no diggity, got to bag it up, yeah. Oh, like I didn't change my pitch much than from my normal, what I'm speaking right now. So if you can speak comfortably like I am right now, you can train that to sing. That's all it is. If you have allergies, they're going to affect you at the times that they flare up, I guess. And you got to figure out how to deal with that. Maybe you got to go on a diet, look up, because food really can change how sick you get, how bad your allergies are. So I recommend looking up diet stuff like removing dairy, removing whatever food that affects you for your allergy. You got to figure that out. Chris says, is your brother a full-time singer? No, he's not a full-time singer. He's working on it. He was studying and now he's doing a few different jobs. Thank you, says Raul. You're welcome, bro. Price says, with trills I meant by like lip trills or bubbles. Lip trills. Oh, it looks funny in the camera. Never, never. I do not train lip trills. You don't need lip trills to train your range. Never. You can train your range quietly and gradually. You gradually train and you gradually get higher. When you hit your limit, you go back down and you train back up again, very slowly. Go by my range course, it'll teach you how to train your range. Okay? It's the cost of one lesson, and it's like having 4 lessons or something. And it's a repeatable video that you can train with. You can train with it. It'll teach you it'll teach you the techniques to get your range up to par and just help you keep increasing your range, okay? And it gives you a song-based method as well. Yeah, lip trills and bubbles are like, people came up with these things to change the way things feel, coordination, blah blah blah. It's just a waste of time to me. It's unnecessary, and I proved it with my range increase. Go watch my transformation videos and see what my range was back then. See what it is now. Like, you just don't need it. Like, I was like a high F, high E, high F before. Now I'm a high B. You just don't need that stuff to train it. I didn't use it. You don't need it. And I'm not natural. I just learned it in different ways. All right. Josh says, what are your thoughts on breath support? Do you push down or suck in or not think about it at all? I pushed, I think I push. Like, I want you to go, like when Tristan always goes, hey, like just do it a loud voice, like oi, like something like that. Whatever your feeling is, now do that, but hold it, oi. Whatever the feeling you get when you do that, that's the feeling when I'm singing. That's it. If it's loud. If it's not loud, it's just like a lower intensity of that pushing down feeling. Oh, that was Josh Smith, by the way. Cribbitines says, hi, your high notes are there, man. You need to work a scale down from the high note. You just hit a D flat a while ago. Are you talking to me? You talking about my head voice or something? Yeah, I do that. I use runs, actually. I use a run that goes from like a D flat or whatever. I actually work my head voice up to a G. G5? C5, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah, I work my head voice up to a G5 actually. It goes pretty high. But yeah, there's those connecting those lower notes which don't sound that thick yet. So that's what I'm working on building. Thanks for the advice, man. Or woman, whichever you are. Firehouse smells like someone's smoking, man. I can't handle it. Like, I come to the park for fresh air and sun, and then people smoke. Like, it smells like they're smoking marijuana. Greg says, yeah, like it's just internal. If you're not singing with an open throat, then you're constricting your throat muscles. Okay. The way you teach is learning to sing in a range where you don't constrict first. Yeah, exactly. I start from a comfortable place, then work up. Because the comfortable place, everyone's got a place where they're comfortable to be loud. So you work from there and then move up. So you're learning to create that comfortableness in the rest, in the other parts of your voice. You're using it's like when you teach someone with an analogy, you're trying to teach them from a place where they already understand, so that their understanding connects with the previous understanding, because it helps you learn things better. Same with singing. You're going from a place where you already understand a note, what it sounds like, how it feels, and you're getting it higher instead of just like starting high. Yeah, agreed, Greg, with the rest of your stuff. Official says, to the fellow singers here in chat, can you take the time, if you get the chance, to check out my newest song I recorded? Cool. Alright guys, go check him out. It's been great talking to you guys. I gotta get back to work. And I really love the questions. Thanks so much for the great interaction. And if you have any more questions, let me know. If you really enjoyed this live Q&A, please like the video. Let me know that you liked it so I can do these more often for you guys, okay? Go to rnbsinginglessons.com and check out my courses. And I'm gonna make like a super course, and it's gonna be discounted, a big discount. Cool. Thanks, Justin. It was fun talking to you guys. And yeah, go on I'm making like a super course. Like, it's gonna be like singing, instruments, and dancing / bodybuilding, fitness kind of stuff. It's gonna be 3 courses, and they're all gonna be like at a discount price. So have a look out at my courses as they are now. And when you buy them, you can download the video. So buy them and download them. And I'm likely going to be making like a super course at a cheap price. So I really want you guys to practice with my courses, because they're really going to help. So ideally, you'd buy the course and do a lesson or 2 so I can tell you how to use the course, that kind of stuff. Make sure you're doing it right. Practice by yourself for a while, and then we do songs together. Or you can come do songs straight away, and then I'll tell you what to focus on within the courses, so you're practicing alone, getting as much progress alone as possible. Or just do the courses for a while, see how you go, come get lessons later, or do lessons first and I'll tell you what you need to work on. So the courses are a way for me to teach you stuff without me having to tell you this stuff over and over. There's some things I can teach in videos and make you practice alone, but there's some things that I can't teach in videos. So that's what the lessons are important for. Okay, like how to correct you, how to teach you your specific songs, how to critique your songs, and how to get you to work on the bits that you're not realizing you need to work on. Alright guys, it's been an excellent time chatting with you guys. 40 minutes, I love the questions, just kept me busy. Like the video for more Q&As. See you next time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. Just chucking something for you guys there, okay? See ya, bye.